From the food to the lighting to the music, Robert's Place is committed to the ritual of feeding people. Organic local products are handled with respect, as satisfying diners on every level is their goal. The place is on Telegraph in Oakland, and it's called Pizzaiolo.
My name's Charles Hallowell. I'm the chef and owner of Pizzaiolo in Oakland, California. And here at Pizzaiolo, we make pretty traditional Southern Italian food. So mostly we try to get the most delicious seasonal produce we can get, and we try to cook it with as much integrity as we can, not be too fussy with it, keep it really basic. We change the menu every day so that we are constantly using fresh, new produce.
I'm Jen Louise Dunning. I'm the managing partner and general manager of Pizzaiolo in Oakland. Charlie and I have been business partners for 3 years. I am always inspired by his food and his passion for community and how food can bring people together, and that's what we do in the front of the house. We want to make sure that we complement the food with excellent service. Most of the staff has been here since the beginning. I think it's because we nurture and adore one another, and we all love Pizzaiolo.
Really, the most important thing for me at Pizzaiolo is that we have this amazing relationship with the farmers and with the customers, and that we are the conduit that allows there to be this real, authentic human relationship that runs all the way from these people creating produce in the earth to these people sitting in a restaurant eating the food. And it's really important. It's my favorite part of the restaurant.
All right, Robert, this place is so committed to, it's kind of the definition of locavore, isn't it? I mean,
it really, it really is. I mean, but it's hard to talk about this restaurant without giving its due to Alice Waters. I have to say, Charlie learned his stuff, and he learned it well, and he's practicing it in just a fine, fine fashion.
And Charlie Hallowell is the owner and chef, and studied under Alice, and certainly very committed to bringing local artisan purveyors to the scene.
Very much so, and I think the consistency there and the way they do things, it's not overdone, it doesn't feel fancy.
What is it that you crave?
Oh, you know, I have to jump right to the pasta.
Ah,
okay. The pasta is always done perfectly. It's always al dente. The sauce always has some intricate.
And menus change daily. Did you guys have pasta?
Yeah.
You're over here shaking your head?
You
or
know,
no?
I didn't get a chance to try the pasta, actually. I was focused right onto the pizza.
Onto the pizza.
And I have to say that first bite was probably one of the best bites I've ever had in the last year. It had the crispiness, it was steaming, it had some softness from the...
Which pizza did you get? You had the margarita?
I had the margarita. Actually, we ended up getting 3 pizzas for 3 people. So
That's the way to do it.
That's doctor's orders.
Pretty big appetite. But the pizza that I loved the most was the margarita. It was really crispy on that side, but it had some lightness to it and a little bit of chewiness. I really liked the charcoal, the taste of the charcoal in the background. And really, it kind of reminded me actually of Indian naan bread. And it was just so good.
You're shaking your head over there, Chelsea. You're a pizza girl too?
Well, when you say the charcoal bottom of the pizza, it's like, yeah. However, I didn't care for that. It was a little too charcoaly. The products on the pizza, we had an arugula and prosciutto pizza, phenomenal. But I wasn't crazy about that crust. That was, you're right, a little bit like naan.
It was definitely different. And
it was different, but it wasn't my cup of tea.
Kind of Southern Italian style, though, really. That nice, clean, crispy. Yeah.
I think exactly. I think it's really not for everybody, because I sense that what he's trying to do is he's trying to really take us back to Napoli. Yeah. And when you have pizza in Napoli, it always has a little bit of burn around the edges, because they're trying to say it's cooked with fire.
Right.
And that's just the way they do it.
Absolutely. And in terms of other dishes that you had, some of the appetizers?
Oh my gosh.
We'll get to desserts in a minute.
I had the meatballs over polenta, and that was just genius to me. The meatballs were tender and juicy and still had the crust on the outside. And it was just kind of over this creamy polenta with a little bit of cheesy bits to it. It was just perfect.
You made me think of what I started with, which was an heirloom tomato. You know, very much like an ensalata caprese, where simple tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, 3 different colors, very visually beautiful, The cheese was perfect. And then the oil almost seemed like it was infused with garlic or something. It was just very, very tasty. Every bite.
Yeah.
You're right. The salad, visually and palate cleansing, perfect. Watermelon in a salad, I wouldn't think it would pair nicely, but they had yellow and pink watermelon with some cheese and roasted eggplant. The best roasted eggplant I think I've ever had. So the salad was great, but dessert was even better. Lemon ice cream with fresh blueberries drizzled over a meringue cookie. The plate got passed around, and it was gone very quickly. It was great.
Now, the food is obviously local and very fresh. Did you feel like the value was there? How were prices to you?
Prices to me were reasonable for what you're getting with the organic products. I thought that it was exactly spot on. Actually, we had probably enough food for 2 more days after we ate there. So,
you know, one of the things I like is that being a single guy, you know, I can go there, I can go by myself, they'll always find a place for me, and I just sort of have this family ambiance that I feel that I can connect with. So it is a really go-to spot because the changing menu lets you experiment and try new things.
Right.
Oh, when we walked in, we actually saw people eating. We didn't know what it was at first, but we found out it was actually a peach that was basically wood burned. And I've never had that before, and I thought that was excellent. Just the flavors you get out of the peach when you have kind of the char on it. And it came with, I think, a creme fraiche ice cream, which to me was a little weird because it almost tasted like frozen butter.
And the problem is?
but it still completely was gone at the end of the day. So.
All right, Robert, this is your restaurant. Tell folks why they need to make it to Pizzaiolo.
Because if you're not going to go to Napoli, Italy, or you don't have money to fly to the south of France, you can get sustainable, organic, super fresh, delicious food right here in the Bay Area.
Okay, and Chelsea?
For the ambiance, which is impeccable, and the food that was tasty yet overpriced, I did have a great time.
Okay, and Peter?
For me, I'm pretty much married to a local pizza joint near my house, but Pizzaiolo just might get me to cheat. It is perfect service, the perfect pizza crust, and really a great time.
All right, if you would like to try Pizzaiolo, it's on Telegraph Avenue at 51st in Oakland. The telephone number is 510-652-4888. It's open for dinner Monday through Saturday. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is around $35.